worked with this person. Sprint demo, they ship 4 features. Stand up, they've got 6 PRs open. Slack, they're answering in every channel. On paper, they're your top performer. But the system isn't getting better. The on-call rotation hates their code. Their RFCs get rubber-stamped because nobody can keep up. And 6 months later, you're paying down debt nobody remembers taking on. That's the Slop Cannon. High output, low progress. And by the end of this video, I'll give you the 3 diagnostic questions to separate them from an actual high performer. Because in most calibration meetings, the Slop Cannon gets promoted and the careful engineer gets dinged for lack of impact. Let's get precise. Velocity is throughput of activity. Progress is reduction in future work. They look identical on a dashboard. They are not the same thing. Google's perf calibration process figured this out a decade ago. The rubric for L5 and up doesn't ask how much you shipped. It asks what changed because of you. Amazon's writing culture does the same thing through the back door. If you can't compress your 6-pager into one crisp problem statement, you probably didn't reduce complexity, you just moved it. Here's the Slop Cannon's tell. Their PRs are big, fast, and approved by people who didn't actually read them. Netlines added is always positive. They rarely delete. They rarely say we shouldn't build this. They treat every Jira ticket like a yes. Now, 3 diagnostic questions. Use these in your next perf cycle, your next hiring debrief, your next staff promo packet. 1. What did they delete, deprecate, or say no to this half? A Staff Plus engineer who can't name a system they killed or a project they talked the org out of is almost certainly a Slop Cannon. Stripe's RFC culture is built on this. Half the value of writing the doc is the docs that get killed in review before anyone writes code. 2. What's the blast radius of their last 3 incidents? Not whether they caused incidents, everyone does, but when their code breaks, does it break one endpoint or does it cascade across 4 services because they reached past the abstraction? Slop Cannon ship, fast by skipping the interface conversation. The bill comes due at 3 a.m. Can a peer explain their last big decision without them in the room? This is the GitLab transparency test, basically. If the rationale lives only in the Slop Cannon's head, or in a Slack thread from 4 months ago, they didn't build leverage. They built dependency. That's not a staff engineer. That's a bus factor of 1 with good Jira hygiene. The trap for EMs. Slop Cannons are easy to defend in calibration. The numbers are right there. Tickets closed, PRs merged, features shipped. The careful Staff IC who spent the quarter killing a bad migration and writing the RFC that prevented a reorg, they've got nothing on the dashboard. You have to fight for them. And if you don't, you're training your org that volume beats judgment. The trap for ICs. If you're optimizing for the metrics your manager screenshots, you're probably becoming the Slop Cannon. The Netflix keeper test cuts the other way too. Would you rehire someone whose main artifact this year was 400 merged PRs and 0 deleted services? Probably not when you say it out loud. The reframe is small, but it changes everything. Stop writing perf packets as a list of things you did. Write them as a list of things that are no longer true because of you. Systems that no longer exist. Decisions that no longer need to be made. On-call pages that no longer fire. That's progress. The rest is just exhaust. Next video walks through the staff promo packet template I use. Specifically the "What did you delete" section, which is the one most people leave blank. Drop your worst Slop Cannon story in the comments. I'll pin the best one.